Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is our 12th episode of Conversations with Rob. We have the mayor of Celebration, Kissimmee, whatever you want to call it. You know, Boston, too.
Oh, Boston for sure. You kidding me? I'm just a visitor here.
Boston Dad, he's a celebrity down here, up north and the south,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So, Boston Dad, thanks for coming on the program. Greatly appreciate
It's
that.
a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Fellow New Englander doing the show. Me, I'll be here anytime.
All right. So, Boston Dad, you're originally from Boston. What part of Massachusetts are you from originally?
I was born in Lawrence and raised between Lawrence and Methuen. However, I spent a good amount of my high school years in the East Boston area, Dorchester area. So, I mean, it has a huge influence on me, meaning that part of New England, because that's where New Kids on the Block are from.
Right.
And I graduated high school in the early 90s, and that was the huge
Joey
New Kids.
McIntyre.
Yep, I can name them all. Well, I'm glad you named Joey Mack, because usually people say Donnie Wahlberg, but I don't know.
That's true, Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, but no, it's cool. But no, born in Lawrence, raised between Lawrence and Methuen, and again, spent a good amount of my high school years out in that Dorchester, East Boston area. So all over, really.
Wow, so you've been all over Mass. I'm from Rhode Island, so
you are.
I'm a New Englander also.
Yep.
So let's talk about, so you've been in Florida for quite a while. What made you come down to Florida, and what made you, stay down here, I guess?
Well, actually, we moved here, it'll be 5 years this month. And actually, it was just this past month, I believe. Yeah, we celebrated our 5-year anniversary. Thank you for the gift, by the way.
Okay.
But and then I spent
the check's in the mail.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. I'll give you the address. But we always do PayPal Square. But no, and in the good portion of that 5 years, I've been back and forth between here and New England quite a bit, a lot. And that was even before we started doing the Boston Dad thing, because there's a lot of roots there. I get a lot of my work there, still have basically almost all the family is there. So, but no, my kids were homeschooled, and, we always wanted to move here because they would be able to be a big part of Disney, and
of course.
It's an ideal place to raise children, and especially being homeschooled, you get a lot of freedom there as well. So what better place than you got Disney, Universal.
Right.
It's really nice, and you get the beautiful weather year round as well.
So let's talk about Boston Dad, the whole Boston Dad
Sure.
issue. So what made you come up with the Boston Dad? I mean, the whole YouTube story behind it. What made you come up with that name? What was the whole gist behind it?
As soon as I met you, heard your accent as well, I said, man, that'd be a great show. No, what happened was we had moved here, and let's put it this way. A lot of people bust my chops a lot of times. They're like, you're in Florida. Why don't they call you Florida Dad? Or, I said, shut up. You're just jealous. But you hater. But no, it would have never happened had we not moved here. Boston Dad would never even exist. It would never be a thing. There would never be anyone else trying to, copy it or make similar channels, which they have been. God bless them. I wish them the best. But, my thing is, it was because of moving here to Florida that I started to talk to people, and like one guy in particular, he said, hey, I saw a couple of your commercials, someone showed me, I'd love you to do one for me. I said, all right, hold on, let me go to the car and get you a card. He goes, get me a what? A card. Wait, what are you saying
Well,
here?
that's correct English. They don't know correct English down here.
Exactly. So that really struck me funny. And the guy thought I was actually being sarcastic and making fun of him. I don't know, but he got upset. He goes, you know what, I'm out of here. And I just lost business. But how it really happened was after that, I went to the Dunkin's out here. God bless, that one was like dishwater. But I went to Dunkin's and I asked for, I think it was a artichoke bagel, a hearty blueberry something.
Okay.
And the guy behind the counter, the manager, real illiterate, he came up to me and he said, you can't be calling the barista, whatever the heck she was. She looked like she just broke out of jail. You can't be calling her a hottie. I said, first of all, I wouldn't be calling her one. But second of all, I didn't. So the guy felt bad, gave me a $10 gift card, apologized. He turned red. And I said, what a funny concept.
Yeah.
And so I said to my son and my daughter and my wife, I said, I got an idea. I'm going to take you to where we live. There's something called the Bark Park. It's B-A-R-K-P-A-R-K.
Yeah.
And we're going to make a video, and I'm going to tell my son, okay, pronounce this. And he now is going to lose his Boston accent and pronounce it wrong. And when I'm sitting there, I kid you not, there was no Facebook video at the time. There was only YouTube. I am sitting at the computer, And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck do I call this thing? And I was going to call it Bach Park, and then people are going to be like, what is that? Dude, I kid you not, I'm a big believer in God, as you know, very spiritually inclined, huge. And it just out of nowhere came to me, call it Boston Dad.
Yeah.
I said, that's interesting.
It sticks,
okay.
yeah.
It stuck. And then after posting that video, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people would say to me, you are onto something. This is your best concept yet. It was just going to be a 1 video. Before you know it, it's 2 and 3 and 4. And the following just started to pick up.
Right. So let's move on to that. So I'm obviously starting a YouTube page.
You are.
So what helps you, for new guys like me, what helps you like build the brand? I mean, you've kind of built a brand. If everybody can see the Boston Dad t-shirt. I mean, you've been on radio stations. We'll talk about later on in the interview. But
wait, how long is the interview? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
But later on, we'll talk more about that. But how do you establish for a guy like me, you know, the branding, getting people to follow you, kind of building the concept of the, you know, great videos that you do?
I would say this, and you know, it's amazing that you asked me this. Content is absolutely everything. You know what? Definitely not hating on anybody who gets out there, God be with them, and says, hey, we're doing this big giveaway, you know, boom, subscribe and you'll be part of the giveaway, or, you know, or you'll see people all over Facebook, God love them, they'll say, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. They will do it, but in my opinion, I don't want to have to ask somebody to subscribe or put a Facebook post out there that says it, or, you know, not that I'm against giveaways, but you want people to follow and subscribe because they truly love your content. I would tell you this, hands down, great content, great content, great content, great content. That absolutely, hands down. And then take your YouTube link, share a little piece of it to Instagram with the link. And then do the same with Facebook, do the same with Twitter. But again, throw something on the end of your video, definitely, or in the beginning that says subscribe, absolutely. But let me tell you, if they love your content or if they like your content, you won't even have to ask them, they will subscribe.
Right.
You know, that's my biggest thing, content, content, content. You make great content, people will come. Build it and they will come. Great movie.
True, very true. So now you've have quite a few videos, and throughout doing the, you know, knowing you, and also throughout doing my research on this interview, I saw quite different videos. Doing the Dunky Dunks videos, doing videos about the Patriots, doing videos about
pretty good team, Patriots.
You ain't kidding.
They have a decent record.
Doing videos on New Year's Eve, other stuff like that. How do you make the concept for those videos? What makes you want to make those videos, and like how do you like think of like, hey, today I want to do Valentine's Day, which, you know, just happens. You just made that video. Today, another day, the Patriots are on, the Red Sox, the Celtics, whatever it may be. How do you kind of make that up off the top of your head?
Okay, so the idea is that, like, for example, like if Valentine's Day is coming up, you know you want to do something regarding Valentine's Day. You know that's going to be a popular subject within that time frame. Releasing it like a week before, a few days before, a couple weeks before. Same way that stores will basically put out Valentine's stuff when Valentine's coming. Same thing with Christmas. Patriots, obviously, you know, during that season, and of course the better they're doing, you want to continue to create that content. So you want to do it all within season. Now it's going to be Red Sox and things like that are going to be coming up. But to be honest with you, it really just, a lot of times the ideas will pop in my head, or I'll say to myself, okay, I want to create something regarding Valentine's Day. What would be great? What would be cool? What would be a funny concept? And I really just start going through my own life and saying, okay, you know, what are the things that stress me out about Valentine's Day? What are the truths about Valentine's Day? I start, you know, tapping into my own feelings and in my own life, you know, which is cool. And even with the Patriot stuff, you know, I do the same thing. How do I feel about Brady? How do I feel about Edelman? And I create entertainment out of it, and I make it funny.
So how do you deal with, you know, having all these videos? Of course, there's going to be people that negative, mean-spirited people. How do you deal with those people? And have you seen, as you know, going on and doing quite a few videos, the hate increase or decrease?
That's interesting. I actually have not seen a lot of it lately. In the beginning, I saw absolutely none. Because in the beginning, you're just sharing it out to your immediate circle. So there might be haters within that circle, but you would share it out to your immediate circle, meaning your immediate friends on Facebook, things like that. You'd share it out to different groups who, are not going to go against you because, they know you, you know them. It's when third-party sites, like Facebook sites, especially, like at one point it was a site called Mass Memes and stuff like that. When they start sharing it, you really get a wake-up call, because you think, okay, I'm a New Englander, I'm going to get the love from all New Englanders. That's not the case. You're going to get hate even within your own, sometimes, family or whatever the case may be. But and it's funny because you'll actually see, like, the funniest part was when I started to see people create fake profiles. Within the profile picture was a cat, and they had no friends or one friend, and they were the ones to hate. You're like, wow, I probably know that person and know them really well. Who is that? But you don't get caught up. And my wife, God bless her, gave me great advice once I started to, reply to the hate, either with a very smart comment or just try to win them over and go, you don't really know who I am, and, why do that? And don't waste your time. And you don't want to try to respond to that. You want to just leave it alone, let it be. But she said, just don't respond to it. And she's right, because it takes a lot of your, just everything to do it, and it takes it out of you. But no, I mean, it's slowed down a bit, but it's always going to be there, because it goes in spurts, really. I shared a spiritually motivating video recently, and somebody responded and said, yeah, I'm a Christian too, but it just seems like you're pushing the God thing a little too much. I'm out of here. It's like, really? Does that make sense? I don't get it.
Right, so I did want to talk to you about that, as being a pastor and stuff like that. What got you into that field? And have you always been interested in that field?
Yeah, I've definitely always been spiritually inclined. I've definitely always had a huge belief. Even in my senior year of high school, I rewrote, even before Sister Act did it, 1991 or 92, I rewrote You Down with OPP from Naughty by Nature, and said You Down with G.O.D. Then went on tour with that. Then a couple years later came out in Sister Act. I'm like, they stole the butt. So I've always been inclined to that. And I will tell you, definitely, I took a break from it and, created content for a little while that was a little on the heavy side. But in 2011, I attended in New Hampshire, actually, at an event called The Encounter. And it really hit my life and moved me in a very remarkable way, made me more spiritually inclined and in love with the Lord. So my comedy, if you'll notice, doesn't have any profanity in it, doesn't have any graphic sexual nature in it, which really sets us and sets me apart from a lot of the other comedy that's out there. It's family friendly. An 11-year-old can watch it, an 8-year-old, an 80-year-old, it doesn't matter. And it's very family friendly.
And that's great. I was just curious about that, because we've known each other for a while, and wanted to know about that. So I got to bring this up. I didn't know you were an Oscar Award winner. I did watch a movie today, Boys.
Well, it's not an Oscar Award-winning movie. I will correct you there, but you have a prophetic gift, young man. So I believe you just prophetically spoke into my life. That I actually just finished writing a movie recently called 339, which we want to start producing this year. And I do believe that movie is going to win an Oscar, by the way. But yeah, that's going to be filmed, a lot of it in New England. It's New England based on my life story. But we did win 7 awards for our mob movie entitled Boys, and 2 of the awards were Best Film and Best Director at the Beverly Hills Film Festival.
Wow, that's really impressive. I did not know that.
Yeah, that was all shot in New England, 100%.
But and I watched that with my family today, because like I said, we were doing some research on the interview, and that was pretty impressive. My dad said, wow, this guy should really be an actor.
I appreciate that. Tell Dad thank you.
I will. So what gave you the idea for that movie, and how did you get into acting in general?
I've always loved it ever since I was a kid. I'd have to say, there was a lot of movies I watched way too young. I shouldn't have. I think it was 9 when I watched Scarface, and not the edited version. So it's really nice to see a guy get his arm and leg cut off with a chainsaw when you're 9 years old. But that, Clockwork Orange, there was just really a lot of films when I was younger that really had a huge impact on me. And I remember from a very young age, 6, 7, 8 years old, always wanted to do this, always.
Right.
And little did I realize there would be, other than having a base of a profession like being a cop, being a detective, one of the other things I wanted to be when I was younger, there would be an amount of a struggle involved with it. But still, if I wasn't doing it, I don't think I'd be satisfied.
So you are the director for these, for both like Boys and for the new movie you're producing.
Yeah.
And how do you get the actors? Do they try out? Do you know them personally? Are they family friends? Like how do you draft the actors?
You know what? It's auditions.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of times it's word of mouth. A lot of people you work with before and you say, you know, I really love working with them. I'd love to do it again. Other than that, you're putting out casting notices, and a lot of times it's friends of friends. And to be very honest with you, sometimes you'll have people that will come in as executive producers in the movie, meaning they're financially supporting the movie.
Yeah.
And you're thinking to yourself, shoot, you know, you actually look like you fit the role. I'm like, you are supporting this film, want to try out? And a couple times, a couple of our executive producers played significant roles in the movie because they not only looked the part, but they had the chops.
Yeah,
they were
could do
excellent.
the part.
Yeah, so I'm like, shoot, come on board, and it ends up being a great experience for them.
Right, so we're going to move on to some fun questions in the interview.
That was fun.
Yeah, the interview was fun. But,
Yeah.
So what was your favorite video or topic that you did, do on your YouTube channel?
Oh, the favorite one. Well, I have to say that by far, I think our biggest one to date, and it was one of our earlier ones, was the one at Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
I'd say definitely that was one of the biggest ones, and I was basically at that point recreating what we had initially gone through, which was going in there and asking for a large, whatever it was, mocha swirl, whatever. She goes, a what? A large, a what? A large. And then the other guy comes out, he can't understand me. That one, I'd have to say, is probably our biggest one, and I'd have to say one of the funner ones, but Dunky Dunks was a blast, because my son and I, God bless, we both got to rap in it. The whole family got to dance in it. It was cool.
Yeah, I was going to put that up. How do you develop those songs? I've heard quite a few of your videos now that you bring that up.
Yeah.
With that music, with your son, you doing, do you make up those lyrics, or does he make up those lyrics? Because your kids have been, a pretty big part of your videos, and also your wife and your mom too.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. You know what? Some of the beats I had found, they were royalty-free beats that I had found through different means online. A couple of the beats, like the Dunky Dunks one and the Go Pats one, my brother-in-law created the beat. Gave me the beat, and then I wrote the lyrics to the songs. And then God bless, my son has a true gift for natural gift for rapping. So I'll write the lyrics for him, write the lyrics for myself, and it's an easy flow for him, and it's a lot of fun. But it's hard, because the kids have their own interests. They got school, they got all these other things, youth group, and to try to get the family together, it's not always easy. But every so often we love to do a family affair because it's important,
All right. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Family sticks together, stays together.
Yeah, sure.
So let's move on. What's your favorite music and song, I guess?
You mean in general?
In general, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, considering you look like a Frank Sinatra, no, I would have to say definitely some of my favorite artists of all time. By far, a lot of the 60s and 70s, the Beatles, the Who, Zeppelin. Actually, I'm always grooving up on the treadmill to Run Around Sue by Dion, and Do You Love Me by the Contours. So if you ever catch me up there, it's quite an interesting sight, to say the least.
That leads into our next question. What's your favorite workout routine? Because you're in here all the time. Like I said, you're the mayor, the president of Celebration, Kissimmee, whatever it may be. But you're always in the workout center here. What's your favorite workout?
Well, my daughter and I tonight did something called Body Jam. I love to dance, and I was the only guy in there, so that's always interesting. God bless. And jeez. But and then Thursday nights we love to do the Zumba, which is a great time as well. There is another guy in there. He's quite interesting, to say the least. The tank tops he wears are wow. Anyway, we won't go there, but God love him. And the shots, forget about it. But jeez. But I love that, and also lifting. I love to lift, and the treadmill has definitely been a favorite of mine in the last month because I find these 4 or 5 songs, and literally, brother, you have to catch it. I groove and I just lose
Hey,
it,
who
lose
cares?
my mind. Thunderstruck, and I'm just going out of my mind.
Thunderstruck's a Patriot song,
Yeah.
And but anyways, we'll move on. Favorite Boston coffee?
I mean, you know what? Culture-wise, I think everybody would pick Dunkin' Donuts for sure.
Yeah.
You know, by far, it was really the only one we knew.
Right.
Growing up.
Cumberland Farms.
Cumberland Farms, for how can you beat it for $1?
Yeah,
you know,
kidding.
definitely. And if you know the guy behind the counter, usually lets you grab 2. You know, which is really nice.
That's true.
Yeah, actually, it's good coffee. I forgot about Cumbies. I got the app right here, but unfortunately, I haven't had one in a couple months.
Yeah.
But I'd have to say by far, and if anyone hasn't tried it, one of the best, and actually it has a Boston base to it, but they're not in Boston, and they're really only in the West Coast, is called Coffee Bean. Really good. It's amazing. But
definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Favorite team? I mean, I know what this is, but we'll let you say it.
Yeah, that's going to be hard. Definitely the Philadelphia
Jets.
Eagles. Yeah.
The Jets.
Yeah, absolutely. Favorite, the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams.
But that's easy. Come on.
So you are Portuguese, right?
I am actually Portuguese, Italian, and Lebanese.
All right. So being Portuguese and Italian
and Lebanese.
And Lebanese, do you cook well? Because I was going to ask you, what's your favorite food to make?
Oh, I would have cooked for you now.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten
Yeah,
since
I'll cook
2
you
o'clock.
a fluffernutter.
That's no good.
No, it's healthy after a good workout. Yeah.
So what's your favorite food?
I would have to say definitely I love veal palm.
Veal palm?
Yeah.
Now, do you make it, or does your wife
I can
cook
make
well,
it, sure.
or?
I can make it.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and the last question is, I want viewers to know, rather, where they can go to find you on social media, maybe get one of these shirts if they're on sale, because that's quite a shirt.
Yeah, it is.
You want to publicize
Isn't it,
that?
though?
We got the Brady
Absolutely.
on your wife, and then, what is that, Amendola, and your son's got Brady?
Yeah, of course. Amendola will
And we
always
still love
remember him.
Amendola.
We still will always love him.
He's an
God love
Italian
him.
stallion.
Yes, he is.
You
Yes,
did
he
make
is.
a mistake on Olivia Cupolo.
Yeah, I know.
So,
It's amazing to me that literally the Patriots, it seems like they picked like all these guys that could look like they walked out of a magazine. I swear, when it almost seems fixed. It's like, come on, you know, they all got chiseled chins. And,
yeah.
You know, it's
and they're all
ridiculous.
good looking. They all date models.
Yeah, come on.
But anyways, where can the viewers find your Boston Dad?
Definitely YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Those are the 3 biggest ones. And as far as the shirts are concerned, they can touch base. They can message on any of those channels.
Yeah.
And also they can go to thebostondad.com as well. Thank you for the plug. I appreciate it.
No, and it is the Boston Dad on YouTube if people want to look it up and subscribe. And,
sure, please do. Yeah, and then same thing I would say to you, encourage people to hit the notification bell as well when they subscribe.
Definitely.
That's a new thing.
Yeah, because you definitely put out quite a few videos and they are quite funny. And it's like I said, it's on all different topics, just not the Patriots.
No, it's
all sorts of different funny stuff. You do those music videos, which I get a kick out of too sometimes. So
those are fun.
So Boston Dad, I do really appreciate you coming on the program.
It's a pleasure.
Conversations with Rob.
Yeah.
We look forward to doing some stuff in the future when the Patriots are in the Super Bowl again next year, and I'd love to have you on to talk about it.
Awesome. Thank
All right,
you,
Boston
Rob.
Dad.
What a
pleasure,
pleasure.
as always.
Thank you.